time right now. I've just gotten 2 packages in the mail from Brushpens, which is one of my favorite online places to buy art supplies, at least when it comes to pens and that kind of thing. I haven't done an unboxing video in a while, so I thought I would share my excitement with you today as I do this. See. So Brushpens, if you don't know about them, they specialize in all kinds of writing implements, particularly from Asia, from Japan, because there's a whole lot of stuff that we don't have access to over here generally, because they're more specialized. Things like brush pens of all colors. And so I've been doing a whole bunch of Inktober videos this month. Some of you may have been following my adventures with that, with my little fox and his buddy. You know, these guys. And I have been mostly using ink brush pens in order to create these drawings. And some of you are familiar with brush pens, and many others are not, to judge by the questions I have received on that subject. I've had a lot of people saying, what are you using? What's that thing that I see in your videos? This is another one of my favored brands for brush pens. This is a Pentel art brush, but the one I've been using mostly on those Inktober pieces is Akashiya, I think, Akashiya New Fude, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is what it looks like. I'll put the link in the description below for what exactly they are. And these are a disposable brush pen. So what it is, it's a calligraphy brush. This is what they are specifically. And it has this nice brush tip. Here, I'm going to put it over there in the light so you can see that. And it looks like a marker here right now as you look at it, but really it's actually a brush. So you can get this wonderful variety of line depending on how hard you press down onto your paper. You see, if I press more, I can actually get this really wide stroke, especially if I do it on the side. But I can also, if I'm very light and delicate with it, I can get these very fine strokes. And you can do everything in between. You can do a single stroke that has the whole variety. So that's one of the reasons why I really love using brush pens, because they add a lot more dynamics to your drawings. Instead of just having a fixed width for the tip as you're drawing, you can get all kinds of things. You could do shading, or you can do line work with hatching, or you can do dark, large swaths of black. Now, one of the reasons why I ordered these today was because, one, I only had one of these pens on hand, and I didn't want to run out of ink on that before my 31 days of Inktober were over with. But secondly, I saw when I went online to order some more of my black pen that they also have it in gray. And so I wanted to try out this gray version and see, oh yeah, see, I like that. I can do some nice shading with gray and layering the shading as well to get it darker as I go. So I'm always in search of a nice gray brush pen. I have a few others, but none of them are as pale as I would like, because they're supposed to be used for actually drawing and writing with. So you have to be able to see them. And what I'm looking for is something that's really nice and pale light, so that I could just use it for a little bit of shading. I haven't found that yet in any of the brands that I've tried, and I've tried a few. Like I said, there's this Pentel, there's this other one over here, which is, what is this one? Oh, I can't tell what this one is any longer because the label has been rubbed off. But also, you know, all of these have been about the same darkness as far as the gray is concerned. The different brushes, the tips handle differently. These are all synthetic tips. And so some of them come to a point better, some of them spring back more easily. So that's why I like to try different ones and try to find which ones I like the best. And there was also a red version of this. And I wanted to give that a shot. Oh, it's a very bright orangey red. That could be kind of fun to do with little bits of highlights and stuff. All right, let's see what else I've got here. So that was one package. And then I went back and ordered some more stuff because I kept browsing, which can be dangerous, and decided there's something else I wanted to try out. So I've got a mysterious box here, and I've got this, which is this is a refillable brush pen. So instead of being like these guys, which are these are essentially just like a marker or a ballpoint pen with a brush on the end, because once you finish using them, you can't refill or do anything with them. But this over here, this guy now is something else altogether. This is something that can be refillable. So essentially, it is the same thing in that it is a brush pen with a pen with a brush tip, but it has cartridges that you can insert inside. I'm gonna unscrew this. So right now it is empty because it is brand new, straight out of the packaging, but it comes with a couple of these black cartridges that I can insert here and start using. But so it comes with black, and that's great. But the reason I bought this in the first place is not because I wanted to use the black. Let's open up this final box. Now the reason I got it was because I wanted to try, as I said, I told you that I have not yet found a suitable gray for the kind of shading that I want to do in my ink drawings. So I bought this. Which is a bottle of gray ink. There we go. I haven't seen exactly how this gray looks except for online, and sometimes it's hard to tell when you see it online. So let's take this brush out and check it out. Oh yeah, that is the light gray that I'm looking for. All right, we are set to go then, because with this gray now, I have what's called a converter. This is that way, let me see. And this is a little cartridge. It's an empty cartridge that works with a number of different fountain pens. And if you go online, you can find out which ones it's compatible with. Here, let me show you that again. That's what it looks like. So this thing basically takes the place of one of these cartridges. So cartridges, why can't I say that word right now? Cartridges. So that instead of inserting this into my fountain pen, I'm going to fill this up with my gray ink and stick that into my pen, and now suddenly my pen has a customized color, which will be my light gray that I have not been able to find in anything straight out of the box or in any of the disposable versions of brush pens. I've never yet used a converter or custom fillable ink. I have another, where is it? I do have another fountain brush pen somewhere in my stash of stuff, which I can't find right now. It's a Kuretake. And I do like that, but I have not yet tried putting a converter in it. And I actually bought 2 of these guys so that if I wish, I can buy some other color ink and try inserting it into that one as well. Because I've got plenty of black ink pens at this point. So it'd be really nice to have some other colors that are not available specifically in the ready to go out of the package situations. And there are there's a large variety of color. I mean, don't think that there isn't. For example, with this Pentel, I have yellow, I have a dark foresty green, I have a dark blue, I have a lighter blue, I have a brown. So there is actually a large variety of color, but for some things you just can't find it. For example, the very light gray, I just haven't been able to find that anywhere. So I'm gonna try to do that, and I'm really excited about trying it out and using it. I don't know yet how to use this thing, so I'm going to have to go online and look at some videos for that and get back to you. I'll report back on how this turns out and how it looks. But thanks for joining me today for this unboxing of my new toys. See you guys.